G-U-D.
There you are, Mr. Benny. What do you think of that?
P with a U is P-U.
Your cameras are not welcome in this school, Mr. Felix. As Mrs. Nestor's personal secretary, I must, in her behalf, vigorously protest this tawdry invasion. But I've no doubt that Winston is indeed a superior filter cigarette. However, in deference to the textbook.
For many years, the public always viewed Nancy Kulp as a reserved comedic actress with an intelligent, eccentric image who almost never revealed her real private life to the media. She appeared on television for decades and was loved by audiences, but behind the lights of Hollywood, quiet rumors continued circulating without any clear confirmation. Only in the final years of her life did a brief conversation with a journalist lead many people to believe that Nancy Kulp had finally revealed the truth the public had suspected for many years. Take a look back at the surprising life of the woman who became one of the most unforgettable faces on American television.
Followed them all the way to the shelter and proceeded to, and I quote, beat the living daylights out of the entire staff.
Get off right away.
Right, Chief.
In the final years of her life, Nancy Kulp stepped away from the noisy pace of Hollywood and lived quite privately in Palm Desert, California. She rarely appeared in major media interviews, no longer participated in notable television projects, and spent most of her time involved in local community activities and charity work. The actress was well known for her calm personality and extremely private personal life. Many people who worked with Nancy Kulp described her as polite, intelligent, and someone who almost never shared details about her personal relationships. That made her image feel mysterious for many years. While living in Palm Desert, Nancy Kulp participated in the Humane Society of the Desert, an animal protection organization that was quite active in California. She also supported the Desert Theater League and maintained connections with the local theater community. Even though she was no longer a major television figure in America, she still earned respect from many people in the arts community. Nancy Kulp's life during that period was fairly quiet compared to her years of national television fame. She did not frequently appear in entertainment interviews and made no effort to return to Hollywood to seek attention. This made the public even more curious about the real life behind her familiar image on screen. For many years, Nancy Kulp continuously became the subject of rumors related to her personal life. Some journalists and viewers believed she intentionally kept her distance from the media to avoid private questions. Even so, the actress never directly confirmed or denied the speculation surrounding her. The biggest attention came in the late 1980s when Nancy Kulp had a conversation with journalist Bose Hadley. The interview was conducted for the book Hollywood Lesbians, a work that gathered many stories related to famous figures in the American entertainment industry and secrets rarely discussed publicly. Bose Hadley was a highly controversial name in entertainment journalism at the time. He became known for interviews centered on the private lives of Hollywood celebrities. For that reason, Nancy Kulp agreeing to speak with him quickly attracted attention from many people following the American entertainment industry. During the interview, Nancy Kulp did not make a direct statement about her sexuality. Even so, one short response from her drew major public attention. When asked about the rumors that had surrounded her for many years, she answered with the phrase, "Birds of a feather flock together." That statement quickly became the center of debate after the interview content spread publicly. Many people viewed it as an indirect admission from Nancy Kulp that she was a lesbian. Others believed the actress was simply giving an evasive answer and did not want to directly confirm anything. The social climate in America at the time also made the story more sensitive. In the late 1980s, many Hollywood performers still avoided publicly discussing their personal lives because of concerns about their careers and public image. This caused any statement containing indirect implications to easily create major controversy in mainstream media. Nancy Kulp did not continue expanding on the conversation after the interview attracted attention. She maintained her private lifestyle and almost never participated in public debates related to the published content. That silence caused speculation surrounding her to continue for many years afterward. On February 3, 1991, Nancy Kulp passed away at the home of a friend in Palm Desert, California, at the age of 69. The news was quickly reported by many American newspapers. The public once again reflected on her famous television career, along with the controversy surrounding her final interview before her death. After Nancy Kulp passed away, the interview with Bose Hadley continued being mentioned in many articles about the actress's life. For many viewers, it became one of the rare moments when she appeared to reveal part of her true self behind the private image that had existed throughout decades in the American entertainment industry. Before becoming the center of controversy in the final years of her life, Nancy Kulp had already drawn attention because of a completely different decision outside the entertainment industry. Political turn. After gradually stepping away from television, Nancy Kulp did not return to Hollywood to search for more acting roles like many stars of her era. She moved back to Pennsylvania and began pursuing a more stable life outside the entertainment industry. This decision surprised many people because Nancy Kulp was still a familiar face to American television audiences. In Pennsylvania, Nancy Kulp became involved in teaching and academic activities. She took the position of artist-in-residence at Juniata College, where the actress supported programs related to arts and communication. People who interacted with her during this period said she was serious, calm, and had a very disciplined working style. The move into an educational environment showed that Nancy Kulp no longer placed television fame at the center of her life. Instead of frequently appearing in entertainment media, she spent more time focused on the local community and social activities. This created an image completely different from her years of active work in Hollywood. While living in Pennsylvania, Nancy Kulp became increasingly interested in politics. She openly supported the Democratic Party and participated in local political activities. People who knew her believed the actress had clear social views and often cared about issues related to community affairs, education, and social welfare. Not long afterward, Nancy Kulp made the decision that surprised many people the most since leaving television. She announced her candidacy for the United States House of Representatives in Pennsylvania's 9th Congressional District. The idea of a famous television actress entering the political world quickly attracted attention from national media and the American public. Nancy Kulp's campaign received significant attention because her name had been familiar to audiences for many years. Some people believed her television fame could help the actress gain an advantage with voters. Even so, the reality of politics was very different from the entertainment industry. Nancy Kulp ran as a Democratic candidate in an area known for strong conservative views. This caused her campaign to face many difficulties from the beginning. Although she tried appearing at many community events and meeting with voters, the actress still faced major pressure from opponents and local public opinion. Instead of remaining neutral, Buddy Ebsen decided to publicly support Nancy Kulp's opponent. The actor also participated in recording political advertisements opposing the campaign of his former co-star. This move quickly created major controversy because many viewers still believed the relationship between the two had remained quite positive. In the advertisement that aired publicly, Buddy Ebsen described Nancy Kulp as too liberal. The statement quickly attracted attention from American media outlets. Many entertainment and political newspapers repeatedly discussed the incident because the public did not expect two television stars who once worked so well together to openly oppose each other in real life. The conflict between Nancy Kulp and Buddy Ebsen did not come only from the election campaign. Many people believed the biggest reason was the political difference between the two. Nancy Kulp supported the Democratic Party, while Buddy Ebsen held more conservative views and leaned closer to the Republican side. Although the campaign received major media attention, the final result was not favorable for Nancy Kulp. she lost the election and received only about 34% of the vote. The large gap reflected the difficulty of competing in an area known for conservative political views. After the election defeat, Nancy Kulp did not continue pursuing other major political campaigns. She gradually returned to a quiet life in Pennsylvania and focused on teaching along with community activities. People who knew her said the actress still maintained a calm manner after experiencing such a public defeat in the media. Although she created controversy in politics, Nancy Kulp continued to be remembered most by the public because of her unique image on American television. That role turned her into one of the most recognizable faces of 1960s sitcom television. Television career. The Beverly Hillbillies began airing in the early 1960s and quickly became a major phenomenon on American television. The series told the story of a rural family that suddenly became wealthy and moved to Beverly Hills. The contrast between country living and upper-class society created the unique success of the show. Nancy Kulp joined the program as Miss Jane Hathaway, the secretary at the bank managed by the character Milburn Drysdale. Her image as a serious, intelligent, and slightly eccentric woman quickly helped her create a distinct impression, even though she was not the central character of the series. In the series, Miss Jane Hathaway often appeared with a polite-style formal speech and an attitude completely opposite from the Clampett family. This contrast created many humorous situations and helped Nancy Kulp become one of the most important elements of the program. Audiences at the time paid special attention to Nancy Kulp's dry but precise acting style. She did not need exaggerated expressions or overly dramatic comedy routines to make viewers laugh. Instead, the actress used calm dialogue delivery, subtle facial expressions, and highly accurate timing to create natural comedic effects. Miss Jane Hathaway was also a character with a fairly unique personality on American television during that period. She was portrayed as an independent, intelligent woman who loved animals, especially birds. These details helped the character develop a distinct identity, instead of simply serving as a supporting role beside the main cast. The Beverly Hillbillies quickly reached enormous ratings across the United States. During its first 2 seasons, the show ranked #1 on national television ratings and attracted an average of around 57 million viewers every week. This success turned the cast members into famous faces on American television. Nancy Kulp appeared in a total of 246 episodes of The Beverly Hillbillies. That number reflected her long-term and stable role in the famous series. Even though she was not the lead character, Miss Jane Hathaway still became one of the names audiences remembered most whenever the show was mentioned. The popularity of the character also came from Nancy Kulp's very distinctive personality in real life. Many people said she possessed the same intelligence and calm demeanor as the character she portrayed on screen. This helped the role feel more natural and created a different impression compared to many sitcoms from the same era. In addition to commercial success, Nancy Kulp also received recognition from industry professionals. Her role as Miss Jane Hathaway earned her a Primetime Emmy Award nomination for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series. This was considered one of the most notable achievements of her television career. After receiving the Emmy nomination, Nancy Kulp's name attracted even more public attention. American entertainment media frequently mentioned her as one of the most outstanding supporting actresses in television sitcoms. Her signature dry humor also became a unique trademark that audiences could easily recognize. While The Beverly Hillbillies was airing, Nancy Kulp also appeared in several other famous television series. She took guest roles in I Love Lucy Perry Mason and The Twilight Zone. Although these appearances were not lengthy, they still helped her maintain strong recognition with viewers. Outside television, Nancy Kulp also participated in many notable film projects. Even so, the image of Miss Jane Hathaway became so famous that the public always associated her with CBS's hit sitcom. This gave the actress a special place in television history, while also causing many of her other roles to be overshadowed. For many American viewers, Miss Jane Hathaway became one of the defining sitcom characters of the 1960s. The image of a serious woman with a very distinctive sense of humor allowed the character to remain part of popular culture for many years. Long afterward, the character still frequently appeared in classic television retrospectives. Before reaching television stardom and becoming a familiar face to millions of American viewers, Nancy Kulp experienced a very unusual journey from military service to Hollywood. Early years. Nancy Kulp was born on August 28, 1921, in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, into a family with a stable lifestyle. From an early age, she was known for being intelligent, academically strong, and highly skilled in communication. People who knew her during her youth described her as serious, disciplined, and more mature than many others her age. After completing high school, Nancy Kulp attended Florida State College for Women and majored in journalism. During college, she continued showing strong academic ability and developed a deep interest in mass communication writing and journalism-related activities. Classmates remembered her more for intelligence and calm professionalism than for theatrical talent or stage performances. After graduating from college, the United States entered World War II, bringing major social changes across the country. Nancy Kulp decided to join the military and became part of the United States Naval Reserve through the WAVES program for women. The decision stood out at a time when military service for women was still uncommon in America. While serving in the Navy, Nancy Kulp worked in administration and communications. She earned a reputation for discipline, professionalism, and reliability. Her military experience also helped shape the calm and composed personality that later became closely connected to her public image. Nancy Kulp remained in the Navy until 1946 and achieved the rank of lieutenant junior grade. After leaving the military, Nancy Kulp searched for new career opportunities. At first, she focused more on communication and publicity work than acting. This direction matched the journalism background she had developed during college and her strong interest in media-related work. Not long afterward, Nancy Kulp moved to Hollywood and joined the publicity department at 20th Century Fox. The position gave her direct exposure to the American film industry and allowed her to interact with many major actors and directors. This became the first important turning point that brought her closer to professional entertainment work. During her time at the studio, Nancy Kulp attracted attention because of her intelligent communication style and professional work ethic. Some industry figures believed she had the appearance, personality, and screen presence suitable for acting. This eventually created an opportunity that completely changed the direction of her career. Director George Cukor became one of the first people to encourage Nancy Kulp to pursue acting. He believed she possessed a distinctive style and the ability to leave a strong impression in supporting roles. His advice caused Nancy Kulp to seriously consider stepping in front of the camera for the first time. After entering the film industry, Nancy Kulp quickly received small supporting roles in movies. One of her earliest appearances came in Steel Town in 1952. The role did not create major public attention, though it became an important starting point that helped her become familiar with the professional film environment. Nancy Kulp later appeared in Shane, the famous Western film released in 1953. The production received critical praise and became one of the most iconic Westerns in American cinema. Even with a supporting role, Nancy Kulp gained more opportunities to participate in major Hollywood productions and work alongside respected actors. Her career continued developing through appearances in well-known films such as Sabrina in 1954, starring Audrey Hepburn and Humphrey Bogart. Large productions like these gradually helped Nancy Kulp attract more attention from directors within the American film industry. Nancy Kulp later appeared in The Three Faces of Eve, the successful psychological drama released in 1957. Although her role was not especially large, her repeated appearances in respected productions helped her build a stable position in Hollywood. Many directors began viewing her as a reliable choice for intelligent and distinctive supporting characters. In the early 1960s, Nancy Kulp joined The Parent Trap, Disney's famous family film. The movie expanded her recognition with mainstream audiences and strengthened her visibility in both film and television. By that point, she had already become a familiar face to many American viewers. Alongside her acting career, Nancy Kulp also experienced changes in her personal life. She married Charles Malcolm Dacus in Miami Beach on April 1, 1951. The marriage lasted only around 2 years before ending in divorce. Nancy Kulp's life revealed a side of Hollywood the public rarely saw. From military service and her rise in television to the fame of the Beverly Hillbillies and the controversy surrounding her final interview, she remained a private figure whose story continued to fascinate audiences long after her career ended. If you enjoy Hollywood secret stories like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next videos.